right, we're here. Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back. So today I woke up and I was drinking my coffee and I was checking, going on my phone, and I happened to go to my local garden center's website. It's called Green Acres. I've talked about Green Acres a million times. You guys know how much I love Green Acres. But I went on their website and I noticed that they had a big sign that said bare root roses are here. And I went, oh my goodness, I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh my gosh, I see someone right here coming out with bare root roses. Basically, it's really funny. When you do plant shopping, when you're looking for certain things, it's very funny. You have to know what time of year you're looking for certain things. Like for instance, there's a certain time of year to order your bulbs and get your bulbs. There's a certain time of year to order or get your annuals. There's a certain time of year to get conifers, and there's a certain time of year to get roses, bare root roses specifically. And I've done a bunch of videos on here about why bare root is better, why bare root roses are great, all about bare root roses. I'll link those videos in the description down below and at the end of this video. But basically, bare root roses are great if you're thinking about planting roses, because when you plant a bare root rose, basically they wake up in their new home and they establish a lot quicker. There's less stress. They're healthier plants. Usually you get bigger bang for your buck with bare root roses. So they're a really, really great way to go if you can kind of think a little bit ahead and kind of prepare yourself. Like we're in January right now, and here in zone 9, and I'm pretty sure zone 8, January is the time for bare root roses. As you get colder and colder zones, you just push it out a month, right? So like February is probably zone 7 and 8, and March is probably zone 6 and 7. Just check with your local garden center. But for us here, January is bare root time. And I have a list of climbing roses that I want for my garden. I have big plans for my garden this year. I'm very excited to share it with all of you. And this is a little bit out of order, but I just had to come here and I had to get the bare root roses before they sell out, because they sell out quickly, just like bulbs will sell out and annuals will sell out. You have to be on top of it. So that's why I hopped in my car and drove. I'm at the Roseville Green Acres right now. They have 7 different locations, and I am fully prepared to go to multiple locations today to get my hands on the bare root roses that I've chosen for my garden. I did a wonderful video last year at Linda Knowles' house, and Linda Knowles is a rosarian, like the biggest rosarian, the most rose-obsessed rosarian that I've ever met. Her and her friend Charlotte, I did a video at Charlotte's garden too, which is absolutely stunning. If you all haven't seen those videos, I will link them below as well. Check them out. They're absolutely incredible. But at Linda's garden, she had what's called a rose allée. So that's basically where you grow climbing roses up and over arches. So you walk through climbing roses when they're all in bloom. Absolutely incredible. And I couldn't get her rose allée out of my mind. It is just so incredibly beautiful. And I want one in my own garden for sure. And I know a lot of you, after seeing that video, a lot of you incorporated rose allées into your own garden. And so that's my plan, along with other things that are happening very soon, and I'll share it with all of you. But that's my plan, is to create a rose allée. And I've picked out 4 different varieties of climbing roses to create this rose allée. And I wanted to share the varieties that I picked with you all, because I had certain criteria in mind for the varieties that I'm not just going and picking whatever. I'm picking very specific climbing roses that I want in my garden, because this rose allée is going to be here for years and years and years to come. And it's not a plant it and forget it type of thing. It's something that I'm going to have to wait for the roses to grow. I'm going to have to take care of them. It's going to be a labor of love. So I put a lot of thought into this. So let me get into the types of roses, the 4 different types of climbing roses that I chose for my allée that I'm looking for today. The first one, you all probably have heard of this one, because Laura from Garden Answer, she had this one growing on her, I think this is the one she had growing on her chicken coop. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure this one is called Zephrine Druin. And let me tell you the criteria. I wanted the tallest climbers I could find, right? I wanted them to be as tall as possible based on where I'm going to put them. I want them to be really, really tall. You know, there's some climbers that you can get that only get about 8 to 10 feet tall. I wanted the 12 to 15 foot tall range of roses. I wanted roses, varieties that love warmer climates. And then the most important thing to me for my rose allée is I wanted repeat bloomers or continuous bloomers. I did not want a variety that just bloomed once and then was done for the rest of the season. I wanted repeat bloomers. And so all 4 of these match that criteria. So Zephrine Druin is the first one. This one can grow up to 15 feet tall. So check. Perfect. It has a beautiful scent. I've never actually smelled it, but everyone says it has a good scent. The cool thing is that it has a lack of thorns. There's no thorns on this one, which I thought was really neat. It loves warmer climates and it blooms continuously spring through fall. Right? Key. I want it to keep blooming. If I'm going to put the time and effort into creating a rose allée, I want as many blooms as I can get. The next variety that I chose is called Peace. And I'm sure a lot of you have Peace growing in your own garden because Peace is the most widely grown rose in the world, which I just thought was so cool. It's really beautiful. It's like this pinky, tangerine yellow color. It can grow up to, get this, 20 feet tall. 20 feet tall. I mean, that is going to be absolutely beautiful. And the flowers can be up to 6 inches across. It has a fruity scent and they describe it as a vigorous repeat bloomer. Perfect, right? Then the classic, the one that everybody loves and knows and loves, and it does so well in my hot climate, iceberg rose. Iceberg climbers, I already have the iceberg shrubs in my garden and they do so beautifully. So I thought, yes, let's do an iceberg climber. They can get 15 feet tall, blooms all season long, like nonstop, all season long. So beautiful. It grows so vigorously and it's one of the most easy care roses. Like it's just a plant it and forget it. It's such a great beginner rose for sure. So good for me because I don't consider myself a really good rose person, but I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. Now, the one drawback for the iceberg rose is it doesn't have a very good scent. I still think it smells good. I still think it smells really pretty. It's just not very strong. So if you're really looking for really highly scented roses, this one, you might want to look other places. Okay, and then the number 4, the last climbing rose that I want to put in my rose allée is called New Dawn. And New Dawn, I chose this one because it's one of the fastest climbing roses. It will grow faster than any other rose, they say, and it can get up to 20 feet tall. Perfect. It's a continuous bloomer, a little bit later, June, but it's June through September. I'll take it. It's another one of those roses like iceberg that's super low maintenance and you can't beat this color. I mean, it is just so romantic and pretty, like lavender blush kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just so pretty. And I know it's a really popular one too. So those are the 4 that I am looking for today. And I'm looking for 2 of each. And so I'll see what I can find. I'm crossing my fingers to see what I can find. But when I saw that the bare roots were here and I'm like I said, I'm watching people walk out of the store with bare roots in their carts, I thought, oh my gosh, I have to get to the garden center. You can find these online. There are rose growers like Heirloom Roses. I've gotten roses from Heirloom Roses before. You can find them online. They're obviously more expensive online because of shipping and all that kind of stuff. And I think you can get a little bit bigger varieties if you get them locally. They're just sometimes really hard to find if you get them locally. One thing I will say though is that if you get to know your local garden center, like for instance my friend Finula out of Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, she will take requests and take orders. So if I had thought of this like a month or 2 before, I could have called her and said, hey Finula, can you please get me these 4 varieties, 2 of these 4 varieties, and she would have gotten them from her wholesaler for me. I just didn't think of it at that time. You guys will understand more later. I'm trying not to share it with you because it's really exciting what's going to happen. What Jason and I are planning and what's coming up pretty soon. But I can't wait to share it with all of you. But anyway, I digress. Let's go inside and let's see if we can find those 4 varieties of climbing roses. All right, here we are, my happy place. Let me grab a cart and I'm headed straight to the roses. Look at them all. Oh my gosh, you guys. So it's also, not only is it bare root rose time, it's bare root fruit tree time. You can see there's apples here, there's peaches, there's cherries over there. So if you were thinking about planting a fruit tree this year in your garden, think about planting a bare root, because just like the bare root roses will open or wake up in their new home, and they're much more cost effective, and it's better for the plant. You know, if you're thinking about planting a fruit tree this year, think about getting one here. I'm gonna look around here and see if there's a lime. I might not be able to find a lime in bare root, but I'm gonna look. But right now, I'm gonna go for the roses. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, let's see. Here's their climbers. They have iceberg. They have Zephyrin Juan. Oh, they only have 2 that I need. That's all right. They have peace in the hybrid. So when you see bare root roses, you're going to be confused because these don't look bare root. They're planted in this peat pot. They have soil around the roots. It's like, what do you mean bare root, right? But actually, these came from the grower, bare root, and then the garden center actually planted them up in these pots just so that they can stay watered and they can stay moist and all that kind of stuff. Because bare root, you only want to leave open, like with nothing around it, just for a very short period of time. So the garden center actually planted them up like this. So this is still technically bare root, because it hasn't been around this soil for very long. And what you want to look for when you're planting a bare root rose is you want to look for nice big canes like this one. This looks absolutely amazing, really big, nice and thick. This one's not as nice because it has smaller canes over here. But the other thing that you want to look for is you want to look for the canes that are pointing outwards, because you want them to kind of grow outwards in a vase shape. I'm looking at this one over here. This one looks absolutely amazing. Like, what a great bare root rose right here. Big, thick canes, and they're all pointing outwards in that base shape. So this rose is going to grow and look like an amazing, amazing rose once it starts putting on some of that new growth come March. Ooh, this one, I want this one in my garden too. All right, let me see if I can find the climbers. Ooh, what's this one? That's interesting. And then here you can see there's even bare root rose patio trees. And I actually planted 2 of the iceberg roses, and they're the same thing. You kind of want to look for the same thing, nice big canes kind of pointing out and like, you know, like this. And they've just been grafted to a taller trunk so that it looks like that, that kind of standard shape, that tree shape, but you're still looking for the same type of thing. Like these are much smaller than the other ones that I was showing you. Like this one, I don't know that. I personally wouldn't purchase that one. I would rather choose, maybe like this one. This one looks really nice. Sad. All right, I gotta go somewhere else. See what I mean? Where when it sells out so quick. Bummer. Here's an iceberg climber. Let's see what they have here. Here we go. Iceberg climber, but this only has 2 canes on it. But do I care? I don't know if I care. That one looks really good. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. This iceberg climber looks better than the ones that I saw over there. The ones over there were picked over. They had thinner canes, like more spindlier canes, and I want nice, big, thick canes, and these look really good. So this one looks good. This one doesn't look... The reason why I don't love this one is that these 2 are so close together. They're like very, very close together. So I think I would rather grab that one and this one. So the other thing that you can look at when you are buying bare root roses is you can see if they've been graded. So look at these here. These have been graded grade number 1. And basically they come in 3 different grades. There's grade number 1, grade number 1.5, and grade number 2. Don't ask me why it's 1.5 and not 1, 2, 3, but it's 1, 1.5, 2, with grade number 1 being the best. And when a rose is graded a number 1 rose, what that means is it's going to perform the best the first year. It has multiple nice strong canes, and because you can't see the root system right now, what it's saying is that it has a really great root system. Now, most garden centers will only purchase grade 1 bare root roses, right? So you kind of don't even have to worry about it if you go to a reputable garden center. However, if you go to like a big box store and you see some of those bare root roses, sometimes they're like sold in sleeves or something like that. Sometimes those bare root roses can be grades 1.5 or 2, which doesn't mean that they're not going to grow. It just means that they're going to take a little bit longer to get established, and they usually will be cheaper than the price of grade 1 roses. So when I see these, I am picking, like I'm cherry picking the grade 1 roses, knowing that this is a reputable garden center and it has good roses. And it's just a matter of like, do I want 2 rather thick canes or 3 medium-sized canes? And I think I want 2 rather thick canes actually over here. And then you can see I picked this one that has 2 really chunky canes and then 2 smaller canes, which I don't really care about. It's these 2 really chunky canes that I really care about. And this was graded as a grade 1 too. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go to another location to find the Zephyrin Druin. And then when it comes to New Dawn and Peace, I think I'm gonna have to buy those online, which is a bummer. I didn't want to do that. I'm gonna call Fanula and see if she can get me them. Let me show you what they have. Oh. Okay, I'm in line to check out, but oh my goodness, look at this outdoor set. It is so beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that the prettiest thing? Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. It's so expensive. I can't afford that. It's so pretty. Oh, this is stunning. Really beautiful. Oh, there's even birds on it. Oh my gosh, I love this. If money was no issue, I would be buying that today. That is the most beautiful outdoor set I've ever seen.
I'll take your card.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, well, I have been sitting in this parking lot for about 20 minutes, texting friends back and forth in search of climbing roses, you know, priorities, right? So this is kind of how it is when you have your heart set on certain varieties, especially climbing roses. Like, it'd be easy to get like just a regular shrub rose, but because I want them in climbers, I'm kind of asking for a lot. But I was just texting my friend Greg, who works for Green Acres. He's at the Rockland location right now. He's checking the Rockland location and he says that they're out. And then he just called the Sacramento location, which is the only other location apparently that had the Zephyrin Druin, and they said they sold the rest of them this morning. So I just missed. So anyway, they said more are coming out, so I have my name on them. And then I also just contacted Fanula, my friend from Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, who is a rose queen, and she doesn't have let's see, what does she not have? She doesn't have Peace in the climbers, but she does have New Dawn in the climbers. They're not in yet, but she already ordered them. So I have my name on 2 of the New Dawns. And as soon as they're in, she's going to call me and I'm going to go see her, which I'm really excited to see her and see Cottage Gardens of Petaluma. So yeah, kind of bummed. I kind of had a feeling this was how it was going to go. I knew I was going to get my hands on Iceberg. I thought I might be early enough to get my hands on some of the other ones, but I think I just missed it. So anyway, get to your garden centers and get your bare roots if you're interested in bare roots. Get your names on them, like call and reserve them. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like a treasure hunt to find the things that you want to find. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.